Hello, 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 hello. This is RayboScrabsC doing another Twitch and YouTube, and I just wanted to show you guys what happens when a Terran decides to go an early Banshee rush, and we trade off in a Reaper before then. So I mean, this is a really underdog game. I should not have won, but luckily, I built up a really good army that countered the all-in from the Banshee rush to the really cool Seigetank Viking Marine, and it's just a really good response to that. And you have to go fast. So I mean, this is a quick game, but it's not a, let's say, the cheese does not, I don't take the bait. Alright, let's go ahead and and I should not have won, first of all. Okay. Okay, so RayboScrabsC is the red Terran. And I say good luck, have fun, and he says good luck, have fun, and I had fun. He did not want to have too much fun. Maybe he thought that I was going to be too inexperienced for this Banshee rush. So I'm just going to speed it up until we get these Reapers out. These Reapers are very, very effective right away. So get one out, send it out to that guy's mineral line, and just hope for the best. And just keep building up. So I'm gonna stop it over here. Okay, there's my Reaper, and I send it to his mineral line. I press Control A to attack the mineral line so it stays in one spot. Now look what happens, and who's coming over to my spot. He's got this little son of a, oh my goodness. So he's there, and I'm over at his base. I'm doing work. Okay, he went for my mineral line workers. My Reaper luckily took out his back, so put him back. He had to take 3 Reapers off his mineral line to go back to his, I mean, let's see, and he only, I think, got 2. So I mean, it's not that, my Reaper did more damage than his. And then I get it there. Let's see. Trade-off was 2 workers. He's 2 workers ahead, but then he goes a lot more ahead because I'm starting to build my army. Let's see. Yep. Look at my. He's building out his tech right now, and he really wants to go for that early push. I don't know what it's gonna be at this point, but I'll tell you what, it's kind of cheesy. Okay, so I put my starport down. You know, he's already had his starport, but I just kind of responded to that really slow. But I built up enough minerals where I could add some more barracks, put down a couple more tech or reactors.
Add-on complete.
I think right after this marine, I put the reactor down, and boom, I had a Seigetank. I think the first thing out the door. Usually I go for a Hellion door, but the Seigetank was necessary, and I thought that, you know, I need to really get a good defense. You guys already being really aggressive. And as aggressive as I was, I guess, at the trade-off I won. But he still ended up with more workers because he was good at keeping up his building. And there you go. I'm going for defense right away off the cliff. That's the RayboScrabsC trademark little task right there. And look at those 6 workers, man. They were just riding on the back of the other guy. Man, I do know that feeling of picking up the slack for a team that was pretty late. But hey, those guys were quick to go down to the mineral line down there, and they started production right away. So here's my 111 response, and let's see what he's doing. He's finalizing. He's got his Banshee over here, and he's got another Banshee over in this direction. I think. He's waiting for it. So I mean, he's bringing in his harassment units, and I'm like, dude, we already had enough harassment early game, man. Did you
Command
not
center
enough?
Upgrade complete.
And he's like, no, I did not have enough. So you'll see what he does. He pretty much decimates my mineral lines. But luckily, I was building up a good army that could, you know, respond to a all-in. All-in, honestly, it's really risky doing these Banshee pushes, especially if there's a engineering bay down. But I did not have an engineering. There's my engineering bay. I thought, I was like, oh man, this guy's gonna probably do some. He's just
Our
so many.
SCVs are under attack.
He's either gonna do a drop or a Banshee. And I was like, boom, I already responded quick.
Add-on complete.
So you can't really, you gotta get your Marines in place, even if you lose a few, to get that Banshee down. You gotta get them right under it, so when the Banshee's moving out, you can, if you wanted to throw down an extra scan to get that Banshee, that's fine. But you know what? In this, I already had so many units that, you know, I had a good push. I just like, oh man, I really don't want to leave my mineral.
Add-on complete.
So I just, I switched to doing Viking. There's my first Viking. And the Vikings are really, really good with Marines and Seigetank. You'll see later on why it was a really good decision to go Viking instead of that other unit, the Liberators. And, you know, that was just a personal choice, honestly. Liberators are really good. You'll see what he does with his Liberator later on, because his Liberator can do, like, what a Viking and a Banshee can do. But, an earlier unit to take out those, pesky Banshees is that, Viking. Viking has a really good range, and it will most definitely take out an unprotected Banshee, even if it's close. Alright, so I got my units all pretty much there. Let's see how many he killed. He killed quite a few. Let's see. 17 of my workers and 19 of my units. So, I mean, he's been doing really, really good. And then, boom. Oh, if he would have put that cloak, which is 1 second later, that Banshee would have been live. He's very smart. He saw where my turret was, so he pushed it. Took out that refinery line.
Base is under attack.
So I'm just responding. I do not. Then he's like, "Oh yeah, you want to drop? You wanted to just drop and Banshee her ass." So I'm like, you know what? Let's just get rid of this. I got 4 or 5 tanks. Just go in, get rid of them. And luckily that turret that was there did cleanup work on that. What is it called? Medivac. That Medivac was pretty much useless because of that turret. And there was only 1 turret. Just a really good placed turret. And then he comes back, trying to take out my mineral line. I'm already down to 13 workers only, but I have 5 siege tanks, 6 Marines, a Viking, and a Medivac. And you think that I mean, 1 Viking and 5 siege tanks? Oh my gosh. You have no idea how much damage that could do mid-game. And you know what? He's done enough harassment on my mineral lines. I can't afford to just try to build up behind that. So I just take my army, push it out, and instead of harassing him, I just go out for a siege tank Viking, you know, just regular push. He does have a pretty nice turtle. Not that nice though, but you know, I have 5 or 6 siege tanks, so I did not give him much of a hint. But he's like, oh, I was like, no way you're gonna put down the 30. Get the heck out of here. But then he already knew what I was going to, and then boom, those first two teams really took it. But that first, but you'll see, boom, well placed. Already lost all my bio, basic force come in. Those 4 siege tanks do work because of those Vikings. Those Vikings have that range, just, oh, that, boom, that Banshee was nothing. And then he tried to pull this dude. Oh, he had one Medivac that was full, and he went down. So now I am taking control of his neck. Finally, I have taken the dominant position in the match. He's still 2 supply ahead of me. Let's see. He is producing 7 Marines at this time. Very, very unwise choice because of 5 siege tanks, you know what I mean? Then I put that mule down. That mule was really, you know, he's like, oh, you siege tank, you were about to blow up and become decommissioned. But he is like, I will heal you up, and I will spend my entire life healing you instead of getting modern minerals. So thank you, mule. Thank you, mule. Government mule. Alright. So, look at that. Look at those Viking placements. The placement is right above their ramp because I can get all the units up there with siege tank. Now look at the siege tank. I need 2 down there on the low ground. And I don't move them all at once because then that wouldn't have taken out those Marines, so I wouldn't have really dominant control of this ramp. This ramp is extremely important to my micro here very soon. This guy, he still has what? He has 10, 20 units ahead of me because he has a lot of
reporting for action. All hands to battle station.
So look at this. He's got those liberators. Those liberators are gonna help him with those siege tanks in the back. But you know what? The siege tanks are already doing work. And oh, look at that. Look at the Marine line. I supported that Marine's behind on the way out. It was like Forrest Gump. It's like, right, well, something just bit me. That was a definite Forrest Gump moment. Alright, look at that siege tank unsieged. But I did very well by taking out the tech on those 2, that factory starport, because you know what? Who knows what the heck he's gonna pull out of that siege tank or whatever, and I really needed to focus down on that tech. But in the end, those liberators, man, look at that. Those 2 liberators took out my 3 siege tanks in the back, and unfortunately they didn't have enough Marine help. But look, so he's getting to a point where he's like, yeah, he still has all of those minerals. He can pull out a bunch of tanks. I'm surprised that tank still came out, because I thought I took out that tech lab early. So look at this. I do that pickup, and then I drop it right after that siege tank is dead, because you know what? That siege tank would have done work on those little tiny squishy units. And then, so he still hasn't given up. He still has 78 supply, but only 8. So he thinks that I might have stopped producing, which I did, and in the end I still had a lot more.
Are under attack.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep producing in the back. He might have some secret base around the map that I don't know about yet, and I just need to make sure that my stuff is on point. And look at this. They just focused in on the that Marauder did work on that those 2 Marines, because they were just my other Marines were just getting healed. Unfortunately for them, they didn't die. Alright, so he still hasn't given up. I don't know why. I think that maybe he might have another base. So I'm like, be careful, okay? Get that siege tank Viking in. That siege tank Viking has a really huge dominance factor, especially when somebody's about to GG is. There you go. And he is gone, and my unit have done work. And that Marine Corporal, Sergeant Marine, Sergeant Scrabs, pardon for duty. Let's see what's going on here. Marauder 2, he helped out somewhat. That Marauder in the back, he's just, I'm here as a support unit. Alright. Same thing with that Marine, they just came through. They were like, wait a minute, the war's over? And Seigetank 6, very cool. Let's see the Viking 2, he took out 2 air units, 3 air units, those are really important. So 5 kills for these Vikings on air units. And then Medivac did really good job doing their drops and healings. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Firework. Anyway, have a wonderful day. RayboScrabsC has taken out the Banshee Rush. And I traded off with the Reapers. Man, throw that Reaper to that guy's line. You will not regret it. Alright, Terran. Have a nice day. I salute you. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.